No, so I never actually shared a blunt with somebody and said like, yeah, when I seen him rolling it, and he's doing this and a lot and slipping and slapping. No, I never looked at that and said, oh, let me try some of your saliva on fire.
Man, and no one else, no, they're just so want to get high with it. They're like, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. I've seen all this. I'm just going to ignore that this is how this prepared. That this is what it took to like even create this whole thing. Like, I mean, like I said, I've seen them take the entire cigar. So once they slap it up from the side, they take the full whatever cigar paper, put it in their mouth, drag it back out, then put the weed onto it, roll it up, then take their tongue, rub it across the side, and with all their spit, then they roll it up, and now it creates a seal. Then they take the entire thing, put it in their mouth, and drag it back out. What are we doing, bro? How disgusting is that?
maybe he's trying to show you his. Maybe he's just trying to show you his linguistic skills.
Man, no, like this is it happens. I don't know any other weed smoker that does not do this whole like ritual.
So the thing is though. So before we get back to the topic, so maybe it's too personal, but
and then this person smoking it, you can't tell me some of his spit ain't getting on it. You pass it to the next, pass it to the next, pass it to the next, and you know one of them got the real juicy mouth. Somebody got the juicy mouth, but they all just dry mouth with it, bro. Oh, there's one person with a juicy ass mouth that is smoking that weed that got like the most juiciest mouth ever, and he's passing it. And then when you get it, you can feel the spit of the other person. That is the most weirdest, disgusting shit.
Oh man. I don't understand like how all these men that be smoking weed, rolling blunts, and they can't lick the goddamn thing to save their life. I don't understand.
Hey, look, listen, they can't even eat no cootie cat.
but they can lick that little stick though.
Right, and no, stick it in your mouth and pull it back out like a whole phallus. They put that whole thing in their mouth and pull it out like it's a whole phallus. A little miniature thing a day. And everybody else just tugging on it. Like, what the hell?
Oh, that is too crazy. That is too
how gross that is. Like,
crazy.
The earth. Well, honey, your mouth ain't from the earth, bro. Did you brush your
teeth? Reese, say it isn't. So what it look like? Damn, that's crazy.
It's a brown thing. It's brown. It's wrinkly. It's, you know, the whole ritual is very phallic. Phallic.
Phallic-y? It's very phallic-y?
It's very phallic. And then we in a car, we roll the windows up and breathe each other's breath in. You blow it out, I'm smoking it in. Like I'm smoking my thing, I breathe it out. I'm breathing your breath, everybody. Then they coughing. All kind of bacterial and stuff from your lungs and everything is just in the car. And you smoking. And then he can just we call COVID and flu and everything in the car. Like, what are we doing? Oh.
Brownie.
No one ever thought about this. How gross that is.
Hey, Brownie, hit the link and tell us what's the real experience. Goddamn. Brownie said we talking about something else. Let me hear. Brownie, hit the goddamn. I don't think Brownie ever hit my link. By the way,
just get some scissors and cut my part off. Don't even like we ain't sharing nothing. Just cut my little spot. Actually, no. Go get a machine. Make it, then cut my spot. I'll have mine. You got yours. Just cut it into fourths. Into like in pieces, and each person their little spot. You know what I'm saying?
So we was having a conversation last night about love bombing versus romance. A lot of men get that part confused, right? They believe that romance and love bombing is different things, but majority of men, they are moving way too fast, too early. This is why they attempt to do all of these grand gestures and act like they are actually interested in a woman, but really they doing it because they are interested in themselves and they don't actually care about the woman. So they do all this love bombing stuff. So this way the woman, they are desiring this woman but they actually don't care about the woman. They just want her to feed him, F him, and shut the F up. And this is what the love bombing and the romance of the whole Disney experience is shown and explained in real time, in my opinion.
I think women have a more of a Disney experience idea in their minds. I think that men are on the asshole experience and trying to just get as many notches on their belt of people that they can like sleep with. They're not Disney. Disney is females. Females think of like knight in shining armor. That's why we put up with so much. We believe that these men could be turned around. Like, oh, okay, well, maybe if I'm nice enough, maybe if I be kind enough, maybe if I love him enough, and we believe in this like fairy tale of, this unattainable thing, this guy that really don't like them that much, but still like gives that you could turn into somebody who really wants to be with you.
Okay, so now let me ask you a question. Any other men that's in this Disney fairy tale romance love bombing situation, are any of the men not assholes?
Not assholes. No, I would say there are some guys that are not assholes, but it takes
Which one? Aladdin was definitely an asshole.
Yeah.
Beast from Beauty and the Beast, definitely an asshole.
Was he an asshole?
Absolutely. He literally kidnapped her and kept her in a dungeon, in a room, and gave her Stockholm syndrome.
Okay, I thought I was thinking about the Beast like that. Okay, maybe that wasn't the right. Okay, what about the seven dwarfs?
The seven dwarfs, they don't. Prince Charming, he definitely violated Snow White by doing whatever he wanted to do because she was asleep. That's pretty much explaining what happened to college girls when they get a pill snuck into their drink. Right? That's what Prince Charming did. Also, those seven goddamn doors, there was something wrong with their ass too. They raised Geppetto. Because Dopey, the little boy, he wasn't a dwarf. That was Geppetto. He grew up to be Geppetto. He made a goddamn wooden boy.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Pinocchio daddy is one of the seven dwarfs.
What about Prince Charming in Cinderella?
And Snow White. He's one of those date great college dudes. That's what Prince.
Wait a minute. No, Prince Charming was very sweet. He danced with Cinderella. She was broke, and he danced with her. She looked really pretty. And then when he couldn't, he said, "Who is this woman?" And then he came and found out who she was and everything. So what did he do?
Oh, that person. We did. Well, he wasn't really the story. The story was really more about the stepmother and the three.
But Prince Charming was not the bad guy in that story.
I mean, only thing he liked was her goddamn shoe. So I don't know. He said, "Look for everybody and anybody that fit this shoe, I'm gonna marry her. I don't give a damn about her character. All I know, she could dance and she got some small feet." He stalked that woman. She wanted to have a little night on the dance, get her little swerve on. I swerve in the quarter world.
No, he chose her over all the other beautiful women in the situation. And she was broke and busted and cooking. So, and he didn't care about the fact that she was broke at the end of the day. Can you fit the shoe? And she said, "Yeah, my shoe fits." And he said, "Well, wear it then, bitch."
What's up, LA? But what I'm saying is that majority of men, they are the main ones. Good day, LA. The main ones that keep pushing out this romanticizing version of Disney. They are the ones that keep pushing it out. They keep being the ones that's the lies, like Aladdin. They will lie, they would cheat, they would steal, they would be a criminal, they would actually be a whole different alias to try to get this beautiful woman that is at a high standard, a high level woman, and lie to get her. So they are the ones that keep pushing it. They believe that they got to be an asshole and keep that woman in the house and say, "Hey, I know better for you than what you do. You need to come and save me because da-da-da-da-da." Be mean to her, right? They want to be the beast with this big old castle. The men are holding on to this romanticized version of dating.
What do you think about this whole idea that a woman should just cook and shut up?
That's what I'm saying.
a woman actually cooked and shut up and just didn't say nothing and just really
Right, that's what I'm saying, and this is what I'm saying. That's what a lot of these men keep on pushing. Oh, another one, good point. LA Project, not only Beast but also Gaston. He was in Beauty and the Beast as well. He was complete asshole. He didn't even, you know what I'm saying? He's exactly what we say. He wanted to love bomb the woman, but he actually didn't care about the actual woman. He just wanted her to desire. He did what you wanted, right? What you said. Sorry. He just wanted Belle to feed him, shut the F up and F him and have a kid or two. He didn't really actually care about the woman. This is what majority of men today, they keep saying. They don't want no goddamn woman for no real relationship.
Have you seen that video where it was a bunch of married men talking about how they hate their wives?
Damn, that is crazy. Any men that disagree, they think that I'm telling you, I would love for you to come up without using BS words and disagree with the words that I'm saying. Don't disagree with me as a man because you don't like me telling the truth about your punk ass. I understand you men don't like the truth being told about y'all because y'all feel like it's a slap in the face. Well, take that. I'm scared of y'all. Scary.
Have you seen that video where men admitting that they hate their wives?
Nah, that's kind of wild. But I believe it because they believe in this Prince Charming version of themselves. They really believe that they're doing everything possible to maintain this woman. And then when she doesn't do what they image of their wife is supposed to do, they feel some kind of disdain for the woman. They feel some kind of resentment for their wife because they're not actually looking at her for being who she is as a human. They did all these grandiose things so she could just receive what he's giving to her and just clap up like, yes, thank you. But really, they never took the time to actually see what this woman is all about.
So listen, I just put it in the back chat. This is, a lot of them African people be going on TikTok and they find all the crazy videos about Black Americans. I don't know whether they have like a company that goes out and does this, but they go on TikTok and they find all the like crazy videos of Black people saying the most interesting things, right? And then they do these videos. So this is of course it's an African person. For some reason, I don't know whether it's only coming up on my timeline, but on my timeline, I get a lot of like these African, like, so I'm not sure if they're like from Kenya, but they will go on TikTok and it'll be like Black men don't like their wives. Black women said this, Black women. So this is like the video right here where these men are talking about how not that they don't like their wife, they hate their wives.
Yeah, I understand because majority of men they didn't choose their wives for who the woman actually was, and then when they found out who she was, it was too late. And I think this happens on both sides of the fence. Narcissistic people are just narcissistic, right? And they only care about themselves until the other person starts to buck up and say, "Hey, no, I'm going to be who I am." And then that's where they say, "Oh, they switched up on me." No, you just never pay attention to your goddamn significant other. And I think it happens more with men. And this is why men are the last one. They are the least to file for divorce because they believe so much in this image of what he had in his mind. So a lot of women are dealing with that man's imagination of who she's supposed to be.
Wow. And you know what? I hear a lot on other people's channel. I'm not going to say their names, but they're always bringing up the stat that more women divorce versus men. Mm-hmm. And that the women are the ones that are leaving the relationships. So what do you think it is that the women are the ones that leave the relationship? So you imagine if you have a 20-year relationship, what would make a woman leave that situation? Because I mean, at this point, you're probably in your 40s and 50s, and you have spent your whole 20s, 30s with this guy, and now at 40, you decide, you know what, I'm done. When the kids get old enough to they're gone out the house. Mm-hmm. What happens? Why would that happen?
I think what happens is the man usually checks out. He don't care if he stay married because if a man stays married, it's not going to really affect his dating market so much, especially if he have his own apartment. But a woman, if she stays married, it's going to affect her dating market because no man would trust a woman that still is married to her husband, no matter how long they've been separated. He would never fully trust her. So she has to get divorced if she's trying to get back out in the dating field. And that's the main reason I believe women are filing for divorce because a man, he doesn't care. It doesn't affect his life whatsoever that he still has a wife.
Wow. So you think these men, whether they're married or not, are still going to go out and cheat?
Absolutely.
Do you think that polygamy is the answer?
No. Majority of men cannot be honest and communicate well enough to be with one woman yet love two. You got to be an ultimate communicator to be able to deal with so many people in an intricate thing as a relationship that you are building a life with. Your
But aren't they
communication
already like
is
executing polygamy by like having multiple women, by having a mistress over here, a wife over there? Aren't they like pretty much doing polygamy?
no, they're not, because the reason why they're not, because one party don't know. So once one person don't know, then that's where the lack of communication is. And if you have that kind of lack of communication, if they did know, it would be even worse.
So what do you think would happen if America did not make polygamy illegal? Do you think that it would change the dynamics of relationships?
No, I think even if it was legal here, like legal, like how they respect everybody else, I still don't think it will work unless men got better at communicating. Because men will have to absolutely be more vulnerable to saying, hey, I got to make more money to maintain both of my wives. I got to be able to communicate. I got to take 2 dates out now. Anytime we go out, before it was just $100. Now it's $150 every time we go outside. Not counting gas, not counting outfits, not counting all the extra food in the house. Theoretically, it sounds good on paper. If all 3 grown-ups is working and everybody making some bread, everybody making 100,000, yeah, y'all can make it 300,000. You're bringing it to one house. It sounds great, but it takes a lot. It's a lot of moving parts that's continuously moving, and the person has to be a extremely good communicator for something like that to work. Or extremely, you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying so polygamy is a rich man's game?
No, it's a communication man's game.
Wow.
A man not able to communicate to both of his women to understand what is he trying to do and where he's trying to move his family in the direction that they are trying to move together, and everybody have their purpose, then yeah, if he could communicate that well to multiple women and he could find a woman that's willing to do that, then yeah, it could work. But most men are trying to scam their way into some vagina. What's up, Chanel?
But so do you think that men are more prone to be polygamous though? That that's in their nature? Because that has been the argument that men are, that's their nature to be polygamous. It's their nature to have more than one woman. So that's why a lot of like so-called cheating is happening, is because men are, it's in their nature to have more than one. So therefore, instead of us remove the jealousy aspect out of it, make it polygamous, and now you remove that whole aspect of cheating out of the relationship.
And so no, I think that majority of men, they are so caught up in this male culture of that they supposed to just put their peen in everything moving, and they really actually believe that is their nature, but it's not true. A real man's nature is to be with his woman and his kids and his family and build that. That is what real men do. Real men are not being aggressive and just screaming and yelling and want to just plow everything, because it takes too much time out of a man's life to be plowing everything. Wow. You cannot be on your purpose of your family if you're out there sexing everything. It's just,
you know what? And what do you think about retention? Do you think it should be important for a man to retain his nature rather than being spread it apart? Do you feel drained if you were to go out and screw a bunch of different women? Do you think this is a draining thing for men?
I think for some men it will, and for some men it won't. I think that will vary between different individuals. To be honest, I don't think I could give a real answer. Some men, they have a very high sex drive, just like some women have a very high sex drive. Not all women can be a sex worker and have 10 men in one day. You know what I'm saying? And just like, majority of men have erectile dysfunction. They're not going to be able to please 2 women. Majority of women never even had a goddamn orgasm. So imagine when they start having 2 women, it's definitely not going to happen. Most people, they get off of the danger of getting caught. That's why they maintain this cheating spirit that they have. It's not even really about them having some nature. It's really that they need some kind of excitement, because these men are not living in they purpose of who they are supposed to be. So they got to keep living in some kind of excitement and the excitement of getting caught. And then they eventually do.
Wow. And this is amazing what you're bringing out right here. Like, here's another question. What about swinging? Do you think that married couples should swing and get into, like, say if their relationship is getting kind of like mundane, do you think that as a couple it's a normal thing for them to like say, okay, well, if we are going to step out, we step out in this way, we swing, or with other married couples? Do you think that's a normal thing?
I think that's very individualistic. If they can really actually handle something like that, then you got to do whatever's for your relationship. I don't think it's a good idea to add extra people to your relationship because you're bored, because that's not going to cure the boredom at all. So I don't think it's a good idea to do it because you need to add something extra to your sexual. If that's just a part of y'all spirit, y'all into that type of stuff, hey, do what you got to do. But if it's for strictly because you want to bring some extra heat to your bedroom, nah, that's not a good idea.
So 2 days ago, the guy, what's his name? He mentioned your relationship. He says, well, you and your wife are you're able to bring people into your bedroom and your wife's okay with it. Was that like where was that coming from? Is it because
that's what I wanted to do? That's what I would do. But I don't need to do it.
So it's not like a thing where you just do this. It's more like your wife would follow your lead on that, or what is exactly the whole thing?
Right. So I'm a good communicator. I would have to be able to explain and express to my woman why I want to do that. What's the reason for it, and how is it going to benefit our family? Because if it doesn't do anything that's going to benefit our family, it doesn't make sense. Just because I want to get a nut, the fuck is that? That's the least thing you do in a relationship is have sex with your woman. So regardless if I bring an extra woman in or not, me having sex with that extra woman, that's still going to be the least thing that me and these two women now are doing with each other. The majority of the time, we're going to be talking, we're going to be eating food, we're going to be hanging out, we're going to be raising children. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be communicating, trying to figure out how to way to build more money. That's the majority of the things that me and this woman is going to do. So me worrying about getting a nut is just the stupidest thing in the world.
And I think that after maybe he took it like that, the fact that you said that you had a relationship where your wife would follow your lead on that it made it seem like it was like some weird swinger type of a polygamy type of thing. But are you open to polygamy? Is your wife open to polygamy?
Not at this in this point in my life. Not at this point in my life.
So I wonder where he was getting that from. The reason why I even asked you this line of questions because I was trying to figure out where this guy was coming from with that statement. To be quite honest, that's what I was
because a lot of the men that try to have a conversation, they try to find some way to try to discredit anything that I'm saying just because I'm being honest. They don't know how to take an honest conversation from what's reality. Because most of these men, like I said, they live in the Disney world. They don't live in reality. So when we having a conversation, I'm saying the things that I'm able to do, if that's what I wanted to do and how I would communicate that thing, they get that confused with actual reality. And even if I was to say, hey, even if it was going to a situation where I say, I have an open marriage on my side and it's closed on her side, they would still say that, well, you cheating on your wife, even though she don't. This is how much of a delusion that they are in. They're trying to find any way to discredit me. Even though they see and know that my wife homeschools my children, they say, yeah, he live off his wife.
Wow.
This is what they would say. Yeah, this is what the things that they say.
Well, I mean, I think that's a blessing to be able to homeschool, to have a wife that's smart enough to be able to school your children. That's a blessing.
Right. And so this is why they upset at me, because I actually appreciate a woman's mind and who she is and what she can accomplish. It's not no easy thing to be in a successful moving relationship when two adults is trying to build something. It's not easy to be homeschooling.
Yeah, it's not. You're homeschooling right now?
Yeah. And it's not easy to damn near home cook every goddamn meal from scratch.
How many kids are you homeschooling?
2.
And what age?
4 and 11. 4 and 11.
Wow. Listen.
Appreciate it.
Listen, let me tell you something. My child bring home math. I'll be like, what the hell? They bring that elementary math. They don't even do math the same. I'm like, bro,
They don't.
Carry over and no, you have to like put boxes and all this other crazy stuff. Like what?
Right.
He can actually do it like the modern day, like new math and everything. Yeah,
because you got to keep up with certain things. But the good thing about homeschool, you can actually teach your kids how they need to learn. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's more focused. Y'all can really hone in on each other, and you got more time to work on problems. You don't have a set time. You only can do math for 10 minutes. Now you can do the math for a whole day if you need to, and work it out until they figure it out. Instead of saying, "Hey, we gotta do math now," and science later, you can say, "Hey, we doing math all day until you get it right," and then you can move to science or whatever.
I don't want to like. I mean, I'm not sure if people know where you're at, but I mean, I know certain states are homeschool states. I know Texas is a homeschool state, right? They just like opened up a whole thing where you can like get $30,000 for like private like education. The same thing where you're at, or is it?
No, absolutely. I'm on the East Coast, New York, so it's a little bit it's a little different. It's a little bit more difficult, but it's still doable. You just gotta register and let them know, let the city know that you homeschooling and that you're not being.
And then they don't like come like the CPS try to come and mess with y'all or on some like this, that, the other.
Well, they trying to pass a new bill for that to happen, which we got to go to our congressmen and start having conversations about that. But no, that doesn't happen.
Well, I'll say this: if they do start coming down on y'all, you need to come down to Texas because Texas is a homeschool state. Majority of the kids are homeschooled, and you can actually get money from the government, from the state, to actually homeschool your child.
That sounds crazy. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah,
here we come. Goddamn.
Listen, yeah, they just passed a bill, 10,000 if the child if it's just regular children, and 30,000 if they have special needs.
Yeah, that would. Okay, so it's all right. I don't have no special need kids, but that'd be interesting nonetheless. I could find me at least one. Goddamn it, shit.
Yes, and then let her homeschool them, and then she get to 30,000 and just
right. Hey,
you know how we do. We're gonna find a way to like, okay, listen, just put her in the homeschooling and private school and
goddamn shit.
Hey, or what you do is you start an online curriculum where when she's teaching her kids, you film it, and then now you have a homeschool. You can teach all the other kids. Uhuru Academy. This is which is crazy about the whole Umar Johnson thing. Like, you don't need a whole big ass building to like start a school.
That's very true. You don't really actually need a big old building to start a school. You just need a dedicated space. It's not as difficult as people think about homeschooling. It's a lot of homeschool. One place that like if people that are interested in homeschooling, they worry about their kids is not gonna be around other children and stuff like that. Every local library that is near you, they have some kind of homeschool situation for kids, where other homeschool kids go ahead and meet each other. You meet their parents and stuff like that. Everyone, they do something every day at the library for homeschool kids. That's number one, dedicated to homeschool parents and kids. Number two, a lot of these places like trampoline parks and stuff like that, when they open on a weekday during the off-peak hours, they have specials for homeschool kids. So instead of it being $20 to go jump at the trampoline park, you go at 12 in the afternoon. It's like $3 if you homeschool.
Wow.
Yeah, see? So it's a lot of things for you to get your kids in. Your kids can also participate in school sports as well, being homeschooled. So it's a lot of things going on if you get into homeschool. That it's not some isolated, it's just you and your child at all times type of situation.
So once they get into high school, are you going to put them in regular school so they can get all the benefits of
Not for benefits, but it's just so they can start getting a little more adjusted to society.
Right.
Being on their own and starting, just being more independent.
Do you think that should happen at middle school or high school? Because
high school. We're gonna do it at high school.
Because I would say this is, in middle school, if your child can play an instrument or whatever, a lot of instruments and stuff start in that middle school because they do band, right? So
Mhm.
say if your child is really gifted in like playing an instrument, they would start that band like whole thing, or even football or whatever like their whole like trajectory is going to be up to high school. They really start that in middle school.
So
Do
that's
you
another beauty thing. The beautiful thing about homeschool, like you could put them in multiple instruments because you got more time in the day because you don't have to do 8 hours of just schoolwork. So you could put them in extracurricular activities. It's a little bit easier to do tutoring of music instruments because you're taking them at 12 in the afternoon when nobody's there.
right.
So
Wow.
it's a lot of benefits, but you gotta plan it out for sure. You gotta just pay attention to what's going on in your community, what's being what's available for you in your homeschool area. But it's plenty of stuff for sure.
So back to relationships. I mean, that man, it seemed like your relationship is solid, bro. I don't even understand how anyone would come into your channel and try to question you on that. That's crazy. You
Mm.
have a very solid groundwork. How long have you guys been married?
We've been together for almost 2 decades now. I believe married 16. I think we've been married 16.
Wow.
Yeah, 16 years.
That is beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
People would question that. Why would they like try to like throw that underneath the bus? That's crazy.
I think the reason why is because I deal with the hard truths about things, and that you have to force yourself to do hard things so you could become a better person and become a better man. So this way you could become a better husband for your wife and your children. And they don't like the idea of doing the hard work. Most men understand the cost it takes to become better versions of themselves, but they just not willing to become that better version because they feel like it costs too much. And so what they do is they use other people's dogma of, hey, woman ain't ish and woman ain't this, and say it's no point of me becoming better because women ain't this, that, and the third. So what's the point of me becoming better? That's how they feel about it.
I did not mean for this to be turned into an interview. I'm just intrigued. And I have questions. I want to be married someday, eventually, one day, but I know that I have a lot of like, my own, like, just when I see a lot of this stuff online, it just makes me look like, man, this is how men think.
Mm.
Then you see what's going on in the real world, like, well, I'm not asking too many questions. I'm asking, what do you mean I'm asking too many questions? Like, I think I'm asking the questions that need to be asked because I'm like, well, I want to be married for 16 years. How do you get married for 16 years and not ask a person that's married for 16 years? I think that's the biggest thing is that we get on these panels and you see all these people that have been married, but then they're not talking like a married person of 16 years. They're talking like a single person.
Right.
Anton Dan been married for like the same amount of time you have, and he talks a way different way that you. So how do you? There is no person online that you can ask questions like, okay, so how do you maintain? What do you do? What are men looking for in to be married? Like, what kind of a woman would you be? Like, I think it's important for us to be able to have a person that we can ask these questions. So I apologize if I asked too many questions. My bad.
Nah, you good. Don't you worry about a thing at all. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think some people they feel like they can't answer questions if they feel like they getting questioned. I don't never feel like I'm getting questioned. I have if I have the answer, I have the answer. I have enough experience to answer something, I'm going to answer it. It doesn't bother me to give my perspective on something because my perspective can help open up different ideas for you, right? Doesn't mean that you're going to follow me to a T, but what it's going to do is give you an idea of how you could do what you need for yourself, because majority of people know exactly what they need to do for themselves.
And I got one last question. I'm gonna leave it at that because I know that people don't like me asking all these questions. But I'm gonna say this: I was on a panel with Lapeef, right? And so they were having this discussion, and I came up and I asked my question. Everybody was discussing it. And somehow this guy came and said, "Well, you're overweight." Now I'm 48 years old. Okay, well, you're fat. This, that, the other. I'm like, okay, how much of because I'm not sure how much of this like whole thing about weight and this, that, the other, about looks and whatever, weight wise, all this stuff is really like how men really look at women, because the way that people make it seem like on these panels is that like looks are everything, appearance is everything, all this stuff, but then maybe pot bellied and looking crazy their damn self. So it's like, is this like just some way that they are able to attack people, or do they really think like this they have this ideal picture of a woman in their head, and if you are not that ideal picture, do all men think this way, or is it like, because I know that I don't have a hard issue with finding guys that like are interested in me, whether I'm weighing a certain way, or do you think that they're only like, oh, okay, you're fat, but I'm only for you for sex? Do you think that's what happens?
So what I think is a lot of men, they just looking for excuses to be mean towards a woman, and they really not necessarily talking to you. They actually talking through you, and they upset that they cannot be mean in a real life. So they use somebody that is so called a acceptable low hanging fruit. So saying somebody hair is not done, calling somebody ugly, fat, or you've been proposed to 3 times, all those type of BS conversations that they have, those are low hanging fruit for men to have a conversation, and all the men will react. Yeah, you told her, ha. But in reality, they mamas look like that.
Oh, their mamas look like, oh man.
Right. So they trying to talk through you, right? Because they feel some kind of inadequacy of it. They feel like, how can you be so brave enough to be on camera, be 100% yourself and vulnerable to the world, and you look like that? And I'm ashamed to be 100% vulnerable, and they feel like they look better than the woman. A lot of these men feel like they are the bad bitches. And so that's why they feel a certain way. They feel like they look better than women. So that's an insecurity for themselves. This is why they go to insults, because they cannot deal with communicating the actual topic of what you're having a conversation about. A woman being overweight has nothing to do with her being able to find a suitable mate or not. And we all know that's a fact. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she's ugly, overweight, tall, short, skinny, a dwarf, special needs, cerebral palsy, no arms, no legs. Men would date them all. And they have been.
Right. So why is all of a sudden, so this is the whole thing that's like a conundrum that's happening on social media conversations, but it's not a reality in real life. So we have to be able to separate social media from reality, because in reality, guys are being steady dating these big chicks. Hell, 600-pound life they all be having men.
Absolutely.
600-pound life that they did not have a dude feeding them their chicken and stuff like that, like in washing in between their folds and whatever the hell they got going on.
Yeah, it's absolutely somebody for everybody. Every man has a different cup of tea that they like.
Here's the question: if your wife were to gain a bunch of pounds, would you sit there and what would you do if she gained, like, maybe she got pregnant, gained like 150 pounds? How would you treat her? Would you treat her worse?
I wouldn't treat my woman that day, especially if I help contribute to that situation. We will hopefully we could have a schedule. Me and her both could go for walks. That's how I would start it. Just go for a walk. Just going for a walk and cutting out sugars is gonna cut weight down tremendously, right? Just that little bit of and then if we could keep on building on working out together, that's how we get it done. We'll just keep working out together as much as we possibly can, and hopefully that would cause a trend for her to want to spark back in her mind of how she wanted herself to be, because it all falls back on her image of herself. So if she see herself as fit, then she would get fit. She's going to put in that hard work to get fit. You got to be encouraging to your woman so she could be the best version of herself. But you yourself, the man, he has to also be the best version of himself so she could want to reflect that.
So I'm gonna tell you a crazy story that happened to me. I had a guy say, I don't want you to get smaller. What do you think that's about? A guy that says, I'm like, okay, I've been like doing the Wegovy. I've been working out. I've lost like so far like about 40 pounds.
Nice.
Like, I don't want you to because but the thing is, I was never like a person that eats a whole lot of food to get weight. I had a baby, and for some reason I retained a lot of water in my body, and also I had to take all type of stuff. So and
a lot of times when you retain water is due to stress as well, by the way.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's like, sometimes, if you, because I like lost my child. So,
Mm,
so I believe that I went through a long period of like, and every child I've had like preeclampsia and had like some kind
mm,
of terrible childbirth
mm.
situation.
Sorry to
So
hear that.
I believe every single time, like, so most people like are able to lose the weight after they have a child. Me, it never like left because it was always been like a horrifying experience.
Mm.
C sections are horrifying. I'm not sure if you know this. Um,
Yeah, I was in the room. Yeah,
you've been through a C section?
I've been through C-section and natural birth canal and also water birth.
Have you had okay? Did you ever talk to your wife about what happened after you had to leave the room?
I didn't
You
leave the
know,
room.
wait, at the end, okay. So what?
I never left the room when they cut her open and everything. I never left the room.
No, no, no. There's a part at the end after the baby gets born where they make everybody leave the room.
No, I never left the room
They allowed you to stay?
the whole time.
Wow. And
Yeah,
that's probably why your wife is not, she probably is not like probably like have that cortisol response because there is a nightmare that happens after
mm.
when they begin to put everything back in because they take everything out, right? When they
Yes,
put everything back in, it is, and you got to see the shaking and all the stuff that happens and all that
yeah.
like kind of
Her
traumatic
no-
stuff.
yep, her nose itching and everything. Yep,
And
can't
she can't
scratch her
reach it, she
nose.
can't scratch her. Just it's man. So
Yeah, it's a lot.
there needs to be a show about what happens during C-section so men understand how scary that.
Dangerous, and you see that, and she could feel her body moving, but she can't actually feel her body moving. That strange feeling as well. Seeing somebody put a whole arm inside your your spouse's body is wild as well, and it's a traumatic experience if you're not ready for
So
sure.
to look at it, imagine what it is to feel it,
Right.
and you have no idea what the hell's going on. Man, that was a blessing that you were there for that. Oh my God. Do you know a lot of women go through that and they're only there by themselves? How did you even say I need no, I'm not leaving? Like how was you able to they make people leave because it has to be sanitized and this like how did you I don't even know how that even happened.
Yeah. Um. I told him I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here. I could stomach it. Whatever you need me to do, whatever you need me to clean, I'm gonna do it. And I watched the whole thing. I even pulled out my goddamn camera and snuck a video. I got the whole thing on camera.
What that end part. That
Yep.
is listen, the birth is not the problem. It's
So
the
the whole part when they took the baby out, put the baby on the thing, cleaned up, they start putting her because like when they was cleaning up the baby when I cut because I cut the umbilical cord and stuff, and so when we cleaning up the baby, they was putting her everything back inside. So I was in the room the whole time. I never left her side.
even the sew up part.
Yeah.
What? Do you know that is rare? Do you know that is not heard of? Do you know that is not? And then usually it's like a thing where the father goes away with the baby, and the woman is in the room by herself, and
Mm.
it is the most traumatic experience that you could experience because you are sometimes in my experience it seems like they go down on the anesthesia
Mm.
and you are screaming.
Wow. No,
So they
luckily,
probably didn't even go down on her anesthesia. She probably wasn't screaming and hollering like, "Ow!"
mm,
Like it. There's a point at the end where after you have the baby
yeah.
and everybody have to leave, it's just you and the doctors, and they're sewing you up, and they will go down on that anesthesia because I think that they think that black people can experience more pain. That you are screaming, you can feel every bit of them sewing you up. You can feel all the like stuffing it back in, and
Mm.
you're like, ah,
Mm.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
you're like, well, why are you, yeah. So that's wow.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that's. I'm sorry that you had to go through that traumatic experience. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take this down this weird road, but
I
yeah,
don't think it's a weird road. I think it's something that a lot of people have experienced it on both sides, and it needs to be spoken about. This is the only way we could get to better solutions, that we could just deal with the ugly truth of things or what people experience, right? We do understand that for some strange reason, doctors feel like Black women could have a higher threshold of pain. It's a true thing. This is not a joke. And you are just another person that hit my panel that was able to express it in complete form, where hopefully people can understand that we got to be careful of our Black women.
Yeah, and after that, I had to go through a whole thing for a whole year where because they say that most Black women die after the first year of giving birth.
Mm.
And these men don't even realize how detrimental it is for them to actually listen. There could be a setback, especially a C-section birth. It could be a setback. Like I remember one time, when I had my first child, it whatever it was broke open and it was just water just flushing out my body. You have to be there. Men need to be there for their children when they're and for the mother once the child is born. It's very
absolutely important. And then I like what Natasha said about the doulas, because I don't think a lot of people even know what a doula is. A doula will actually help you with a lot of your birth rights that a lot of people just pass up when they go to a hospital, like your placenta. The placenta is yours.
They tried to charge me $200 for mine.
Right, that placenta is 100% yours. You could take it home, cut it up, turn it into vitamin pills, eat that pill, and it's going to give you all the nutrients you need. It's very important that people understand, like some people may not be into that, right? You know what I mean? But it's yours though. You don't have to allow them to convince you that they supposed to take it and they got to discard it. No, because they use it and they take the stem cells from it.
And then make makeup products with it and all kind of weird
and they
stuff.
Make money. Yes, plenty of money off of that. It's a lot of nutrients in that joint. It's a lot of health benefits in that. Especially if you're a healthy person, forget about it.
Listen, did they come in there and keep drawing blood from her? Like I know when I was because I was in there during COVID, and I heard that they pretty much some kinds can kill you just by keep drawing blood. Like I remember because I had preeclampsia when I gave birth to my child. That's the reason why I had to have a C-section. Every hour, it was crazy. Every hour, if my blood pressure was high, they would take my blood pressure and then take the blood. So it was like, imagine every hour.
Right. After you already lost plenty of blood.
And then they had to actually give me more blood. They had to do a transfusion. Isn't that crazy? You're taking my blood, but then you have to give me a transfusion of blood. You already been keep taking the blood. What are you doing? Oh, your blood pressure's high, and every time your blood pressure's high, we gotta take the blood. And then they had people coming in 5 and 6 doctors, like people training how to be doctors and coming in. Well, can we just see what was going on? And can I take your? It was like a experiment.
That's what it feels like sometimes.
It's turned into some weird. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take.
No, I think real conversation is fine. Like if this is where the conversation need to be, somebody else need to hear it as well. We could get good information from all places, because we do need to be aware of what our women are going through when they go to these places. A lot of times that happens. A lot of times they put rookie nurses in with our people. That's a problem. Since me, I've been to a lot of childbirths where either children that's not mine. I helped out some friends before, and they didn't have a male there or the baby father wasn't there to make sure the baby was there. And they asked me if I mind, and I came there and I made sure that they was getting treated properly, because they don't, the doctors, they don't know if I'm the goddamn daddy or not. So I was going that motherfucker and I'm acting like I'm the goddamn daddy. I was like, hey, who's this rookie dad? No, get this rookie nurse. No, absolutely not.
Wow, we need more men to do this. Oh my God, we need more black men.
Because once you go through it the first time, you just kind of think everybody else got it. You don't realize what's really going on. But you see that certain people, they will try to get the rookie nurses and all that to try to give them some experience. Like, nah, you ain't experiencing on my baby. Are you crazy? And a lot of men don't realize how much rights they actually have when they get involved a little bit more, especially when they get closer to the time. If you have a rapport with the doctor, you speak to him, they're going to treat you with a little bit more respect.
Wow, it is how important it is to have a man there to like say, "Hey, look, hold on, what are you doing?"
Right.
Man, do you know how much I probably would have like avoided in my childbirth if I had the right situation?
Yeah, it's highly important that you have it. And plus, for people that don't have a significant other to help them through that, you need to find somebody that you can trust in that very vulnerable state that you can have come along with you at least for the last 2 months of the situation, because that's when it gets like real serious. And then you talk to the doctors a little differently because they preparing you for what's about to happen. So you could bring somebody in that's able to take the reins and don't be afraid to stand up for you. You're going to be in a very healthy position. Not argue with the doctors, but when they have somebody that's there that they know they have that is not under any kind of medications, they got to treat you a little differently. Because when you're under medications, they try to say, "Oh, she was just, this is how some people act on anesthesia. We don't know if she's really in pain. She, da 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 da." No, I could say, no, she's in pain. You need to give her the proper medicine. I know who she is. She don't just scream to be screaming. She's not somebody that's a hypochondriac. You could speak to them like that if need be. You know what I'm saying? But if you're there by yourself and nobody to have your back, they could get away with some things.
They need to like have a whole coalition of men that are there doing people like single. If there's a single mother, because if the guys aren't going to be there for their thing, there need to be like a group of people that be there, because so many Black women die.
And that's important. Like, so Natasha bring up a very good point. That's another thing that people need to get into. If you're doing this thing alone, find a goddamn doula. A doula will help you out, because doula knows the legal things that they could do and not do, right? Because they damn near doctors as well. And so a doula knows exactly what they could do to hurt the baby, the things that they could do that's going to help you with the situation, right? They know the position that you need to be set up in, because a lot of nurses, when they put the rookie nurses in and let them do it, they put the woman in the wrong position in the first place. That's why it's so difficult for them to push the baby out in the first place. And so a doula, if you can't get your man, get a doula. A doula knows all the legal things that they can actually do and not do. The doula is going to be able to stand up for you. You know what I'm saying? That's another great point, Natasha. A doula is an important thing if you can. And natural childbirth looks crazy, but it's definitely a blessing as well.
Well, I would say this is that someone says, "Nah, girl, you need a husband." Fuck, are you talking about my girl? But I'm saying is that everybody is not having birth by just and married people are doing that. So we need to have like something like that, doulas. Something that gets in once the woman find out she's pregnant, there needs to be like something out there to say, "Hey, like because you need to be represented." Because that. Let me tell you something. When I was there during COVID, I was by myself. Nobody allowed to be there except for the child's father. But he was not even. He didn't know what his rights were.
Right. That's an important part, because a lot of people don't know.
So when they told him get out the room, okay,
yeah,
didn't know that he could have just said, no, I'm staying here with her and go. I'm sure the baby's fine. Let me just stay here.
Absolutely. Like, hey, call security. I ain't leaving. Straight up.
Wow. Is that what you said?
What you mean? Call security. I'm already here. Call security. What are you talking about?
Is that what you told them? Like you said, no, I'm not leaving.
So my situation, like my personality is kind of, people don't really. I'm a very assertive person. So when they came to me, they said, "Do you want to stay in the room?" I said, "For the whole time, I'm not leaving." And then they was like, "Okay," straight up. So it was a one question thing. They said, "You want to stay?" I said, "I'm staying for the whole thing. I'm not leaving my wife's side. That's it. That's it. So you do what you got to do." They was like, "Okay." So then they, did what they did.
Well, I can guarantee you that definitely helped. I'm telling you, because they will go ham. And it's not cool. So
yeah.
What did they say? This person says that's a problem. Get your shit. It's the chachi together. Okay, whatever. that's a you problem. Okay.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, like I stayed all my children's birth. I seen the babies come out the birth canal, see the baby come out through the water, and I also seen C-sections. So I seen all three. Helped a couple of my friends that like exactly in your situation when the baby father just was being a total dick all of a sudden, and I helped them out through their situation as well.
Well, you know what? Shouts out to you. Need like an award because trust me, it's a mess.
I was just doing my thing. If I could provide something, I wouldn't provide it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what it is. I don't mind. That's my people. So, and plus my baby, I'm definitely gonna watch my baby come out as much as I can. Goddamn shit. I was down there in there with him, like, come on, move the
Get out the way. Get out the way. No, get out the way. I got it.
Let me clamp the umbilical cord so I can cut it. Like, damn, this shit is hard to cut.
Oh. Wow. Like, oh, okay. Like they taking out the stomach and they got the like things, the forceps in the cervix, and you're like, no, get out the way. I got it. Grab it by the head and pull it out with your bare hands.
And then kiss it too.
Hold it up to the sky, like
Kiss the baby with all the gook on it, all the slob is on my face, on the side of my face, like all that.
There you go.
Baby, kiss right there. Mwah!
Right, just slob.
Just slob. It's part of me now. That's goddamn it.
Stem cells probably help your teeth and stuff out from that. The stem cells, like kissing that baby, like helped out your face. Make sure your beard don't get gray.
And then me and the doctor almost fight because he gave my daughter a slap on the butt. I was like, "Hey, yo, bro, what you doing? Got my baby crying up ahead." I was like, "Yo, now we got to squabble up." Don't be touching don't be making my baby cry, goddamn it.
Bro, you about to get kicked out the whole room. Like, what? No, sir.
Had to squabble up on the dot, like, hey, my baby don't need no damn ass whoopers to cry, all right?
Right, they don't, do they?
Most of the time, no. But there's a reason why they make the baby cry, though. So I understand it.
For the lungs to open up and stuff. Is that
to make sure everything is functioning properly is a good sign. So even though all my babies cried right away. As soon as they hit that cold air or whatever, that light, they cried right away. All of them. Wow! What the fuck is this, Dad? I was like, oh no, come here.
Sorry. Man, so when it really comes down to it, I wanted to like, man, that's amazing. That was an amazing story about that.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'm glad that you did ask it because a lot of men don't know about what's going on in those rooms neither. A lot of them don't.
The horrifying aspect of it, they don't understand what's really happening. When they leave, it's like they don't understand that your wife has just been through a traumatic. Please do not leave her in that room by herself.
Yeah,
I don't care. They say, well, we're done. Okay, baby. Okay, no, I'm not leaving. Because that's the part. That's the worst part at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Ask your wife. Ask her. Do you think that was what part was the worst during the C-section?
I think she heard the baby cry. She was crying and happy, so she was high as hell. So she was good. Like she was good. She was high as hell.
They kept hitting her. After that, they kept it going because they traced off.
And right after they finished sewing up, she started breastfeeding, so she was okay.
Yeah, that must be a specific thing that they did for y'all, because I'm telling you, man. They stopped that anesthesia, and then I think sometimes the doctors get off on hearing all that bullshit.
Hey, I think that's another thing too. People can't put a profession on like they be putting like characteristics on people's profession. I don't look at those people just because they are a doctor that they won't do some foul shit. Because you know how vulnerable a woman is. Got the doctor just come and put his hand up in there. Like, nah, bro.
Right. Go home and be turned on by it. Like, what are we doing? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you gotta be careful. It's a scary thing. it's a thin line because you don't know, like a lot could happen during that time.
Yeah, what do you think of like a Tommy Sotomayor? Do you think that he is like a old man, like on some like get off my lawn when he's hollering, but he says he's married, right?
No, I
How,
don't think so.
on some like screaming about y'all, the single woman, I be fucking all these different. I wanted to ask a question. How can a married guy be talking all this stuff about relationships in a negative way and have a wife in the next room? And do you think that most of their wives are like other races and that they're cool with allowing, because they're talking about black women mostly, and they're like, well, no, I'm talking about these black women. So they allow their men to like get on these panels and talk shit like this? Or do you think that it's black women too?
Yeah, I think is I think most of the women they justify by if they get rich enough off of it, like somebody like Tommy or Angry Man Anton, right? They made hopefully they made enough money where it's like it's justifiable, and so for those I understand. But the other ones, the lower tier men that's doing the same thing, usually what happened to them, they get divorced. It happens all the time. They wives start to be like, motherfucker, that kind of sound like our situation. It's kind of sound like you describing me now, or you describing my mama, or describing my auntie, and then it starts to bring a rift. Most of these men that adopt these brand new talking points and they start spewing it outside in the world, they get divorced.
Right, because you have like Cooley, and he's got his white woman. You have, they said Tommy Sotomayor is Latin X. Then you have different people that are like that gets on these panels.
But I don't believe Tommy is married. He's not married.
No, he said he's married.
He said that recently
on Fatty's channel. Yeah, he said he's married. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised,
but he said he's married. So
it's always somebody for everybody. You gotta also understand, like a lot of these white conservative that's saying that they saying all types of crazy shit about women, they be sitting there trying to agree with it. Like, yeah, women shouldn't have the right to vote. That's crazy. Some women are just they gonna ride or die for they man. Similar to like what sad to say. Look at what's her name? Venus. Like you see how skinny she got?
No, I haven't. No, Venus Williams.
Yeah, Venus is the one that's married, right? No, that's Serena.
No, Serena Williams. Okay.
Yeah, Serena. She the ones that married. So like she got super skinny. She about like 110 pounds.
What?
Yeah. And the way how she got there is because her husband, he made some kind of, some new medication and she tested it on herself first. It's some kind of weight loss type, like a Ozempic type of situation. And she took it and she lost all her muscle mass, all of it.
What?
Yeah. Like a completely different person. And so like some people would like, even though she has the ability to lose weight, healthy and successful, she got the money to have the private chef. She have so she can get the best trainers. She got the athletic builds. She already knows how it is. You know what I'm saying? She knows how to get in shape. And she still, but for her man, she want to be the face of her man's pharmaceutical company. So she did it for him and she looked crazy.
So she can she still compete though in tennis, or she
retired. She got enough money. She retired.
Didn't Serena? So it must be Venus that started back up doing tennis.
Yes, she's playing again. Yeah.
Wow. So he done took all her ability to like compete. So now she's 100. That's weird.
Yeah. And she looks a little weird because like she looked healthy before, and now she you could tell she lost it too fast, and you could tell she lost a lot of muscle, and I think that's what doesn't look good on her. I think it's nice that she's slim and she's small. However, all that muscle mass that she lost, I don't like that. Because she's 5'9". It's not like she's a small woman in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that's crazy. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, yeah, that don't look like her.
Right. Don't even look like her. And so I didn't like that. But regardless, even though she makes more money, she's doing it because she's backing up her man because she feel like that's the right thing to do. And sometimes that's what happens. So a lot of these men that's in these red pill spaces that are married, they wife look at like, well, it's bringing in money, because when you tell the truth, like the way how we having a conversation today about honest things that happen, and you giving your true life experience, a couple of ladies gave you their true life experience. People are saying like how you can get, how you can mitigate that, get you a doula and help you out through this situation, right? These real talks, most of the time, it takes a long time for it to actually be fruitful financially. Like nobody want to send $1, even though we having a dope ass conversation with information flying through, right?
Right,
maybe somebody could check to see if the super chat. Can somebody see if the $20
the super chats flow when it's an argument?
Like, let me see if can somebody check to see if the $20 super chat button is working? You know what I'm saying? But it takes a time when you are building in truth and reality. Those take so much longer to actually build that good audience that, like, you know, it takes time. But when you just out here bullshitting and bumping your guns, people love the nonsense because it's easy to deal with the nonsense. You don't have to think when it comes to nonsense, and people are just lying and they make you feel good about your bad situation. A lot of the men that deal with the red pill, they went through a traumatic situation with a woman. And so when somebody like Tommy is able to articulate the argument the way how they feel, right? They watching this man articulate they feelings of a woman at the moment. They love it because they would never be able to articulate the way how he can. Because he can articulate very well. He's funny. And it's just sad that he chose, you know, the genre of that he chose, you know what I'm saying?
Going against black women.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But he is funny and he can articulate himself. He just articulate himself in a very negative way.
So you don't think it's a matter of like that they're using the fact that they're with white women to
Shout out to Raheem Ali, the happy man. He said the $2 working, nickel. Shout out to Raheem. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for being so generous. Seriously. But you know what I'm saying? So when we build in real conversations, man, it's just not always so simple for people to support it. It's something about real conversations and people being real vulnerable with themselves. People just tend to listen. They forget to hit the like button. They forget to hit the share button. It's just they get caught up in the conversation with us, and they talking in the chat and they talking with us. They forget the support. They just do. Nonsense is easy. It's easy to support a degenerate. It's easy. Most people,
right? When it was a whole argument about this and that, honey, he was getting all kind of super chats and double chats, super duper whooper chats.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to support degenerate. Like, it's real easy to support degenerate men as well. Another reason why a lot of people don't understand why degenerate men in these spaces get supported, because it makes other men feel good about themselves.
Right.
Because somebody like me that's telling her, hey, you need to do the hard thing and keep moving, that shit don't make them actually feel good. They're like, after that, I want to do some fuckboy shit because my feelings got hurt. She said, I got a big head and I'm broke.
So what do you think about like the whole thing that was being said by I think it was him, Raheem Ali? Was it the happy man saying that you're eating all those vegetables and it's making you soft? Your wife is making you soft because she's giving you too much vegetables.
Right. So, you know, like, that's interesting. So I think if a lot of men was to eat a little bit more healthier, they wouldn't have so much erectile dysfunction. They wouldn't be soft. See, my wife, she loves that I eat the way I eat because I stay hard. She liked the fact that I go work out and attempt to run 7 miles every day, do an hour worth of yoga, burn, you know what I'm saying? So she appreciates that because it keeps me feeling good, looking good. Most people don't think that I'm a grandfather. I'm a 2-time grandfather.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
shouts out to the grandpa.
I'm changing. I'm gonna change the whole idea of what a grandpa dad bod's supposed to look like. God damn it!
Right. Oh, 360 time. No, just 360. Show the chest. But anyway, I will say is that another thing is that how do you think we can like change the way that these panels are done? Do you think that more men like how you're doing, right, should like come up here as married men, maybe even like have a dual panel with their wives?
Mm.
Did you ever think about, like, you with your wife sitting next to you, maybe another person with his wife sitting next to him, and do more like couple panels?
I don't know if couple panels will work. I'm not sure. It depends on the personalities. Not everybody is built for having honest conversations on panel, because it's not easy to learn how to communicate on panels in the first place, right? You know, like it takes a skill too to even be able to communicate back and forth with somebody on the panel. I think, but I do believe that more married people need to speak in a productive way about marriage. We shouldn't have this whole conversation about negativity in marriage only. We do need to see some happy people or some productive married people, and that's talking real talk and not just talking points to get a dollar. It's kind of crazy.
Wow. So all right. So, because I'm like, okay, why wouldn't it be a benefit to like show a productive family, a productive household, productive like man and wife together? I mean, they do these like, couples YouTube channels. Like, what about like a channel where we do like a live stream where you have your wife? Okay, y'all talk about, hey, we met this way and this at the other, and this is what happened, and y'all tell y'all like anecdotal stories about what's going on.
Me and my wife, we did get caught up on the street one time, and somebody did a street interview with us, and we did explain how we met each other. They kind of went viral, had over like 5 million views and stuff like that. But I don't mind. This is that finding the time, so it's really not easy to find a time when me and the wife, we could barely even have a conversation in the house together. As soon as I start talking to my wife, one of the kids got to start saying something. They start getting on that. My kids are natural haters. If I just grab my wife's ass, ew, don't be grabbing my mama's butt.
That's not what we say. We say
and my wife, if my wife comes into the room and said, "Daddy, can you just get me something?" My kids be like, "Ew, why you call him daddy? That's my daddy."
Your kids are ratting you out. They're saying that we didn't say that. You making that up.
I'm not making this up.
No, their kids say we didn't say that. That's because your kid already just ratted you out and told me you're lying about that.
Tell you to be your own people. Kim Folk, be your own people. And I like that story you sent me, Kim Folk. I'm gonna use it. I'm definitely gonna use it. What's up, Dornick? Good day, sir. How you feeling? I believe that's a sir. You know what? Good day to you. I'm not sure.
Well, listen, you give me hope in marriage. I didn't even think that marriage could be even something an option. So I'll say, you know what? I'm grateful to men like you that show a different side of marriage, because the way that it's out here right now, you would think that marriage was the most worst thing in the world. That men don't want to be married. They hate their wives. Everybody is just this miserable in this miserable union. Like, you would think that marriage is terrible.
Yeah. If you let a lot of people say, yeah, I agree with that. It definitely sounds, the way how these people explain it and express it, it sounds like they in prison. Goddamn, it's like it ain't like that.
It ain't like that, right?
Nah, it's not like that at all.
Marriage is like, I mean, when you're married, like, what is the difference between you as a single person versus now as a married man?
For me, it was the responsibility, and the pressure of doing the right things. A lot of people, I think, those first 2 years when it comes a reality that person is your wife, and you start saying, I gotta get home to my wife, I think people feel a certain pressure and they feel like they lose themselves, and that gets confusing for some people. And if you don't communicate that with your significant other and make sure that they good and you good, like, hey, I was feeling a certain way. Like, it's okay to say, like, hey, I felt like my independence was taken away from me for the last couple of months. And then once you get that off your chest, and then y'all could get back to open up and understand that this is just some crazy feeling that you have, and it's not a reality. It's just a feeling that you just got to get past, and you just moving together, and now y'all both responsible for each other, and you just get more open and personable with each other about how you feeling now that is official, because it definitely makes you feel a little different for sure.
So did like that start about like 10 years in, 7 years in, 5 years
Oh,
in?
for me, no, I addressed it right away. As soon as I felt it, I addressed it right away. I was like, yo, I was like, what the hell? I feel like I'm trapped. What is this? And then I had a conversation. She's like, yo, I was kind of feeling the same thing. That we had a conversation about it.
She felt trapped too. So
right, like, yeah, because it's psychological that you like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be with you forever.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? I can't focus.
Initial, like, oh my god, what the hell?
Right, and so once you had that conversation, y'all could just be open about your honest feels about it. Then y'all could just laugh about, like, damn, I can't believe we both was feeling that way. Let's understand what we're trying to do here, and you can just get back on page. A lot of the times, people just have misunderstandings within a relationship, and nobody ever voiced them to each other because they assume that the other person is going to get offended. That's the issue. Once you assume that the other person is going to react to your tough question, that's when you're going to have problems in your marriage. You can't.
Here's the question: is your wife your best friend, or do you feel like that's asking too much? You're best friends than your wife, or is your wife should she just be your bestie from Miss Westie, or what do you think?
I don't know. So for me, I don't think it's nothing higher than a wife. So no, I wouldn't give her a different title, because anything less than that would be a lesser title. So I wouldn't say she's my best friend, because a best friend is less than my wife. So the wife title and the husband title is the highest title that you can actually have in relationships. So I wouldn't downgrade my wife to anything under that. So she's just a dope ass human being. I don't mind talking to her on any of those things. You know what I'm saying? So she's my wife, and she's fully that for me. So I wouldn't downgrade to anything else.
All right. So I got one last question, because I know everybody's like, is this an interview?
It's okay.
Is this an interview?
It's the first time in a long time we just having an honest conversation. Like, it's all good, and anybody that we just rock it out.
Everybody, you put the link out. Everybody, no one's hitting the link, so I'm just asking other questions I can ask, because I'm trying to understand what marriage is, so that I can like be a better wife. What is it that makes a good wife?
Whew, that's a good question. I think empathy is something that is a strong attribute for a wife. Communication is something that is a very much needed attribute for a wife. Paying attention to his attitude, what makes him tick, the things that when he gets upset, to give him his space while being in his space. A lot of times people don't understand the art of when a man wants you around, but he don't want to communicate with you verbally yet. Like, he's going through something, he's thinking about something, and he's really strongly thinking about something that has nothing to do with you. He's not actually angry. He's just in a deep thought, and he wants you around, but he don't want no hugs and kisses at the meantime. He just want to see you do your thing and be you, and he going to use that as his natural muse. And when he's ready to get out of whatever that mode of him thinking, he'll open up and explain and express how he is feeling in the moment. It's not always about, babe, you acting funny. Sometimes you gotta have that understanding of what makes your man tick and tock, and don't push his buttons on purpose. And y'all will always evolve. So I would say always be involving with him. No. And vice versa.
Yeah,
And
I'm 40. I am definitely 40 something. I'm older.
Mm,
I got a late start. I didn't have my first child till I was 30. I was
mm.
kind of raised up to be like, oh, just wait until you turn 30 to have your first child. So I was more focused on career and my whole life has been about like focusing on career and things like that. So like when it really came down to marriage and relationships, it took a back seat to career and education. So that's been my situation. So how
which,
would
which is understandable, and it's a very difficult thing to go back. So, I
hold
think
on.
I think it's a very difficult thing to juggle work life balance type of situation, and most people can't. That's just the truth of the matter. Most people can't, and it's not something that's going to be easily achieved. Majority of human beings that's very successful at something like a relationship, they're usually not very rich, and if they're very rich, they're usually not very successful at relationships. It happens often. It's because I believe that each one of those situations it needs to have a lifespan. Uh, if you are focusing on career, it needs to be a short 5 to 7 year lifespan. So this way you can have it settled, and then now you can go ahead and move to the next adventure of looking for the proper mate that's going to be compatible to you. I think sometimes people get too caught up in whichever direction that they in, and they stay in that way too long, because the only way you're going to balance it out is through time. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way. Because at some parts in my marriage, I didn't even see my goddamn family. My kids didn't even know who I was. So I was working so much. I was getting like 4 hours sleep. I was working 20 hours a day trying to build up this business. So it's going to be times when, you got to grind and that's all you can do. But you can't do that. I cannot do that for 20 years. Now I don't know my family. That don't make no sense neither. So I got to have a time limit. And most people don't put a time limit on a career. Yeah, just pass it to me, baby. Okay, but I could just do it for you. Got it? You got it? Okay. Take your time.
I'm not sure why ain't nobody coming up here to talk. Like, why am I the only one? And then people get mad. Like, is this an interview?
It be like that sometimes. Sometimes I'll be up here by my goddamn self, just running my damn mouth. So thank you for hanging out with me, showing me some love. Hey, it is what it is. Miss Hall says, I got my kids out the way. By the time I turn 42, my youngest will be 18 years old. Yeah, man. That's important because sometimes I'm like, damn, I should have stopped. You know what I'm saying? Because I got 25, 22, and then I skipped a whole lot, and then we did 11, and then we skipped some more, and then now I got a 4. So
No trips. Like, or no, wait, maybe you probably could have trips if you like get the 25-year-old to watch the baby.
yeah.
No.
Nah. I don't wanna I try not to burden my kids with
Babysitting?
with things like that. As much
Really?
yeah. I want my kids to be as kids for as long as they possibly can.
But no, it's a 25. They're like not kids no more. They're adults.
Yes,
Watch your brother. So mom and daddy can go and have.
I mean, like, yeah, if I'm going, if we decide to go out, like, I don't really go outside at nighttime like that anymore because I need to be in bed usually around like 9:30. So it's just, my lifestyle is just, it's no need for it right now. You know what I mean?
You know what? What is it about us when we get older? We're like, no, I'm not trying to go outside at night.
Right. It's like,
At night.
I see no point in it. It's like,
No, it's too much danger. Like,
yeah.
But we were younger, honey. We was out all night long, just all night long, all night. Just act like a fool, and then we get to a certain age where outside. It's 7. The sun went down. No, I'm not going outside. I'm just
You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like going outside at nighttime is because I leave my house like 4 in the morning. So that's me going outside at nighttime. You know what I mean?
As much as nighttime I'm about to do, unless I gotta be somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like if I gotta be somewhere, I'll do that at nighttime. But being outside past 9:30 p.m., I'll be like, man.
Would you get on a roller coaster?
I haven't did it in a long time. I don't think I'll do it now.
Like if y'all went to like Six Flags like next week, would you like be jumping on the roller coaster with your kids and like
My youngest older daughter, she will definitely want me to go on a roller coaster with her, so I'll probably be forced to, so she could have a good time. But I wouldn't be enthusiastic about it for sure.
right? All kind of hurting.
You know what I'm saying? So, but because she's definitely adventurous, just like her mama. So she got a skateboard like her dad. She already got her first few bruises. She lost some skin due to skateboarding. I lost some skin due to skateboarding.
Nobody is bothered by the convo. I was just joking around. Now hush before I come on the panel and give you that work.
All right, you better stop playing. So yeah, but it's yeah, man, it's an interesting life. I enjoy it. I I think a lot of people also they look at difficult times in a marriage. They look at it as a low point in marriage. I don't look at it that way. I don't think it's nothing bad about marriage, to be honest with you. Anything that is a tough time in your marriage and y'all can get through it is a lesson to be learned from it. It's an opportunity for y'all to grow together. I don't see it as a difficult situation. I don't know why people think that because they worked through something that means that was a bad time in their marriage. It's weird. Unless, you know, we talking about some infidelity stuff, then I understand that.
You know what? So you were in your 20s when you got married or 30s?
I think 30.
You don't even remember how old you was when you got married? So it's like time begin to like just merge together at a certain time. What time?
12 years ago, 13 years ago.
Well, 16 years ago, do the math for me. How old was I? 16 years ago, how old was I?
16 years ago.
Yeah, you do the math. Got what you're saying?
Wait, what, 16, 15? Then I want a marriage like that. With time just stands still. We don't even know what time it is.
You don't really, for real. Like if y'all just getting through it and y'all just keep on moving, you keep on progressing. You don't really start to know until you hit like decades. Like the 10, then when you hit the 10, you're like, oh shit, we did a decade. Damn, you know that feels good. And hopefully in the next 3 to 4 years, you know, we'll be looking back and maybe we'll say,
26.
I was 26. So you know, yeah, definitely get interesting.
Did y'all like get married from out of college or like?
Nah. We had a. No, we did not. We did not. She went to college. I never went to college.
I went to college.
Yeah, your mother. Yeah, she got a degree.
What?
For writing.
Oh.
Yeah, you know your mother was a writer. How you think you'd write so good and write your stories? You got that from her. You know. So you thought all that writing skills that you got writing your stories and starting your book writing and everything that you got that from you?
Mm-hmm.
The nerve. It'd be your own people. It'd be your own people. Lord have mercy.
All right. So now, so how old are you? How old are you now? In your 40s or 50?
Yeah.
43.
43. Okay. So what do you say?
I'm not 43, but
for
yeah.
a person that gets married older? Like, what would you think that they have to deal with is different?
I think if both parties is good with what they're trying to do, because I think it's a little different when you're older because neither one of y'all is most likely trying to have kids. and it's just really all about companionship. If both parties understand that it's about companionship and y'all gonna rock out with each other, I don't see nothing wrong with it. A lot of people do it. Look at at Mrs. Hall's request. What's up, Jalen?
All right, bro. Can I ask you a real question right quick? This ain't gonna be no personal. Did you have a vaccine before?
Oh, what? A vasectomy?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I never had a vasectomy.
Oh, okay. What's the show about? Over sex and women?
No, that's not what the show about today.
Oh, never mind. I'll catch you on the next live stream. I'll catch you next one. But anyway, I just went on MRT saying that I would not date women with kids because I don't want to get on live.
Who's MRT? Mediocre reviews and tutorials.
Yes, I did. I went on his
MTR.
panel.
You was on MTR's panel.
Yes.
How did that go?
It went out great. I told him I didn't want to get on live because if I date a one with kids, I end up dead somewhere.
You think somebody if you date a woman with children, you gonna wind up in the dirt? You gonna get pow
Yeah.
pow?
Yes.
They gonna
Yes,
pow
she
pow
will.
you?
Yes, I'll get murdered if I'll get on
Delete it.
live.
Yeah. So who's gonna pow pow you?
Ain't nobody. If I find a woman had kids with the baby daddy, I'll leave her and don't come back. That's it.
So you just gonna but who's gonna pow pow you?
No one, because I don't want to risk getting on live because I found out that woman had previous kids with different dudes.
And so as soon as a woman have a kid with a dude, that's it. She's defiled. She's no good to any man.
Yes, I told him that I told him that I don't want to get on live because it's too dangerous dating one with kids nowadays. I seen videos of dude getting beat up or even worse on live.
Damn. So what did he say?
Say, man, that's my kids, man. What you doing dating my baby mom?
What did MTR say?
He said he agreed with me.
What? He
Yeah.
said, hey, Jalen, I agree with you, young man. You might get pow-powed if you have any kind of relations with a woman that had children before you.
Yes, he told me not don't date a one with kids because if I do, I'll get on live.
Where did you get this information from?
I got it from the other dude, which he's not in the manosphere. I got it from the other videos I saw.
Why you don't never take none of the good things I say and say I got that from Sharon? Say, you know what, Sharon told me to be a good guy. He told me that I'm not going to get pow. Why you never say nothing that good that I said?
I did. I took your advice, and then I took your advice, and next thing you know, somebody got mad at me for what I said.
And then you said, F that, I'm not going to say it anymore.
Oh, I'm good, man.
Welcome to the show. Stop the cat. How you doing?
Sharon, you going to heaven, sir. You going to heaven. You got your wings. You got your wings. Because I got a real question. You know what I'm saying? I got a real question. You going to heaven, sir. You is. I'm going to pray that you make it into the pearly gates.
Oh, God. It'd be
You
crazy
is,
out
sir.
here. Stop the cap. It'd be crazy.
I told every dude not to date a one with kids because I get pow.
In a wheel way. I'm driving home in the wheel way. I hop back on when I get to the house.
Jalen.
Sharon. Bless Sharon heart, y'all. Bless his heart. Bless it. I can't. You know what? You have the highest integrity I've seen on YouTube.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I really do. Yeah,
Because it couldn't have been me. It can't be me. It can't be me.
Well, a lot of people feel the opposite. A lot of people feel like I'm the most dangerous person on YouTube. That's why they be trying to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. I got 2 compliments today. I really appreciate that.
All right, screw. You know I
All right,
got my
I'm gonna
information from. Screw it. I'll tell you I got my information from the Manafort dude. Screw it.
Thank you, Jalen. I appreciate it. Thank you. Mm. How's your family doing, Jalen?
How's my what now?
So, did you talk to your father about this?
Talk to my father about what?
About that you might get pow if you date a woman with children.
Very long time ago, yeah, he told me not to date a woman with kids because it's a dangerous place. If you do that, you get pow. That means unlive.
And what about other women? Did he say you should date women at all?
He said, just date women without kids. Do not date single mothers because you'll get pow. That means unlive.
Thank you so much, DJ Genesis Detroit. Thank you. Great discussions with the $5. Thank you for being so generous. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh man. Insane. I can't believe MTR agreed with you. That is insane. But hey, it's not a surprise. I think a lot of, you get your head messed up with a lot of these manosphere talking points, which is kind of understandable because you don't have no real experience. So it makes sense. And this is what they're doing. They are ruining young men on a day-to-day basis. People like Obsidian, he ruined them, man.
I'm not into those pill stuff. I'm just telling you how it is, right from wrong. I'm not into no pill stuff.
If you say so. That's fine. So you went to work today? Jalen?
Oh, me? No.
You got a job?
Yeah, I'm planning on working on Smooth and King, so I can't. Oh no! I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. No! I can't tell you that. People gonna find out where I work and get me hurt. I'm good. Don't answer that question, man. Bro, it's dangerous on YouTube, man. You see all the doxing going on, man?
I didn't see it. Who else? What you mean? Somebody trying to dox you, Jalen?
Yeah, I told him I can't. That's why I'm not prepared to tell you where I work at. No.
God damn it! But
Sorry.
everybody know you. But so you don't work at the Piggly Wiggly?
No, man, I can't tell you that information because I'm afraid somebody gonna come see me and hurt me.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you got to protect yourself at all times, sir. I agree with that. Don't be out here in these streets. Be careful. All right. Shit. Well, we're about to get up out of here. We got a whole $7 of support today. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate you. No, we made a little bit. We made like $10 today. Woo! I appreciate y'all. We're going to keep on grinding. We're going to keep on building this up. Man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all get me through this as we keep building up the truth conversations. And it is what it is. We're going to keep on building it in the proper way. We just got to. Ryan, what you talking about? You in Seattle from Chicago, working Cucamonga, Washington, with African's real name up there. I dare you. Well, we get up out of here like we do it, like how I always do it. Y'all already know.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.